My grandmother would say, the one who will not sit down today will not become a master tomorrow. Until Jokoloni, Konijo Galola, sit down. When a child faces in school, sit up. Not run around. Sit up. I have the following humble examples that will help you. Benjamin Franklin, great American, great philosopher, had only 2 years for my education. 2 years. The biographer said he literally taught himself how to read. Now, this man will save his lunch money as a printing press apprentice to be able to buy a particular book that he's interested in. Benjamin, by investing on himself, became one of the foremost American philosophers. He single-handedly negotiated the French government support for the revolution, which was the only way they won the battle. I saw their film sometimes in one of those television programs on the 4th of July when they were celebrating their independence. The founding fathers were all there. They were putting their names and all that stuff and showing their pictures. A stark illiterate by efficient self-management. Efficient self-management. You have gone to school all your life. Rikish, crash 2, crash 4. Somebody had only 2 years in school and developed such capacity to impact on his world. I read this at one lunch in Europe while waiting for my connecting flight. From that time, I kept looking for anything Benjamin Franklin, because of the awe that meant to me. Then we have R.G. Lutoroni, a roadside mechanic, who thought that the weight of road construction was weary. You have 100 mules, 50 will carry earth, and 50 will carry straw because they must eat. They don't eat, they just go sit down. So, a lot of effort. So as a roadside mechanic, he thought there must be a better way of doing this. So he began to work under inspiration. And then he developed what you call the digger, which was the largest earth-moving equipment of their time. And he supplied 50% of the earth-moving equipment needed for the Second World War. Roadside mechanic. Today we have R.G. Lutoroni University in America that has been over the years. Self-management, efficient self-management. Efficient self-management. And then we have the famous Michael Faraday. He was a lab attendant to Professor Humphrey Davis. And then he also had limited formal education, 2-3 years. But he took interest in scientific experiments. So in those days, all these films that the people are doing around town, they were doing experiments in public and people were going there to receive the lecture. So Michael Faraday would take his note, and then get to the press as a printing apprentice, and he binded it, and then he felt like going to give it to Benjamin Franklin, to Aubrey Davis. And so when Aubrey Davis lost his lab attendant, he remembered one young person brought him something. So he rode on his horseback to the printing press where he did it. Hey Mike, would you like to be a lab attendant? I saw you were interested in scientific things. Oh yeah, with all pleasure. So he was. At a point, scientists claim that he was more rational in his reasoning than of the Davis. So when Prof went to heaven, naturally inherited the love. And that gave back to the man of science of the year of the 20th century. Developing capacity through efficient self-management. Through efficient self-management. I'm going to build industries. What do you know about it? What's the meaning of industry? Which kind of sector are you going into there? What are you doing in setting the pace for it? Self-management is all about setting order over one's life. Order. You are going again. Setting order over your life. It's about being a law to oneself, setting boundaries around your life to make the most of it. So being able to separate between the lawful and the expedient. There's nothing wrong in going to greet somebody who just gave birth to a child, but what is your going to add there? Can't you go by just merely communicating congratulations instead of 5 hours on the road? And you arrive and say, I hope there's nothing. They were not expecting you. You are not adding any value to them. In Africa, people go to places where they don't want them and where they are actually a burden. You arrive at somebody's place, you say, I just feel it's not proper for me not to come since you opened your house. So I had to come from Maiduguri to Ibadan. So now I say, oh, so where are you staying? I'm staying here. Why go to where you are tolerated? Why? It's about making quality decision and standing by it. Quality decision and standing by it. Efficient self-management is what determines one's ultimate accomplishment. I've been a student of church growth since 85. Since 85. An ardent student. What are we saying? Growth. Why? Learning how to do it. My other knowledge platforms won't deliver it because it's not in line. It's not. One of my sons is in charge of our small estate, and he did computer science. I will come to see you and find out whether they can convert it to civil engineering. He's doing everything to do maintenance, but how much can he do on maintenance? Because he's off his knowledge base. And he has not gone ahead to acquire that relevant knowledge. So it's common sense we're going to be using for that. And that can destroy many things. Any man you have to pursue to perform may never go far in life. Young people. Your parents say, where are you going to say, why are you asking me how I'm doing? At this point, may you not slap them tomorrow. If at this point when you are under their sponsorship, the clothes you are wearing, they bought it. The make you took before you became a boy. You got it from there. Next is time management. Efficient time management. Efficient time management. Ephesians 5 and verse 16. Redeeming the time because the days are evil. To redeem means to buy. Buy up your time. Let your time hold value to you. Otherwise, evil will creep in. If you know the cost of squandering time, you will fear. At the time when kings go to war, David was at home. And he was walking on the roof of his house, and there he saw a woman. No, it's not about losing ground in your endeavor. It's about falling into evil. It's about evil thoughts, evil insinuations, evil wishes. Unhealthy commentaries. Colossians 4:5. Walk in wisdom towards them that are without, redeeming the time. They would eat up your time, sir. How are you now? As your father, your mother, your brother, that your sister that I spoke to 20 years ago, where is she now? They is all looking for what to say, looking for what to say. There are people who just are there to help rubbish your time. You don't have value for it, you lose out. Time is one of our greatest assets in the adventure of life. Shakespeare said, I wasted time, and now time doth waste me. He looked at all that he would have done with his time, but somehow, he saw a lot of it wasted. With all that he accomplished. Our great Nnamdi Azikiwe said, give me my youth back and I will pay any price for it. Just looking back and saying what I would have done if I had better sense. Quality time investors usually end up as newsmakers. Invest. Don't look for the easy way out. You live a crooked life by doing that. All smart time investors, more often than not, end up as stars in their fields of endeavors. Do you have some challenges, some courses or programs that you are running? Invest time during this season to revert it. Sit down with your mate who knows better. There's no shame in knowledge. When I was riding my fantastic Volkswagen B2, there's one brother very good at it. He has a Volkswagen brain. When you start, he can tell you where the trouble is. You just say, start. Wait. One plug is challenged. He doesn't have a scanner. There were no scanners then. But he could tell. He could tell where the trouble of your car is. So, and we all line up because we have a group, a Volkswagen group. We line up in his workshop to wait for our turn for repair. And then the consultant will come out. He knows it. And we don't know it. He didn't go to any school, but we went to all the school. We didn't know it. He has to help us. If we try to repair, we will get grounded. They can't move again. So get your classmate who who understands the language of the teacher when he taught, and he can help you interpret what you can't get. Then you come out of it. Instead of wearing trousers that is below your buttock, going around town. Those who make news hardly have time to watch them. Their time is invested making the news for others to watch. May you end up a newsmaker, not a news watcher. It says, okay, what is he adding to you? Nothing. Nothing. When you hear a vehicle move like that in America, it's a black American. No, it's a black American. Value system upside down. The noise is shaking the whole street. Oh, for what? Are you advertising anything? No. And now today you have all the media, social, anti-social. You have all of them. You can be busy 25 hours a day watching nonsense that's adding no value. But that's not you. That's not where you're coming from. Sir, giants give birth to giants. If you end up here as a mediocre, you are not here. You better connect. Those core values are not laws to keep you as a student. They are values to give your life meaning. Interestingly, time is an asset of equality, why some invest it, others simply squander it. You won't squander your time. It's an asset. Everybody has 24 hours to himself or herself. Everybody. Can I tell you something that may shock you? I've been here since '89. There are few places you mention in Lagos that I know how to get there. Very few. Do I know where Surulere is? I don't. I know where Bagada is. I don't. Because that's not what I came for. Time, an asset of inestimable value. Don't squander it. Don't squander. It can't be bought back. It cannot be bought back. There's a story of two high school boys. I've shared that here before. They met 19 years after they parted from school. One of them was jobbing from one fast food platform to another. The other one spent time reading books that border on psychology, that border on success, that border on human something. And according to him, he read 600 books. Come on now. 600 books. It's like becoming a Nobel laureate in the corner of your room. This child emerged consultant to IBM, US Navy. The other one that was jobbing from one fast food to another because he likes food perhaps. After they left high school, they grew up together. It was worth $7.50 an hour. The other young man who has invested his time in developing himself was worth $200,000 an hour. $200,000 an hour. Real life story. Real life story. Time. An asset of inestimable value. Now, task management. Efficient task management. You have a task, a job, a business. How do you make the most of it? Simple. Invest maximally. Your time, your energy, your resources. They call it diligence. Proverbs 12:24. The hand of the diligent will end up enthroned, but the slothful shall remain under tribute. You can only walk your way up. You can't wish your way up. You can only walk your way up. You can't wish your way up. You can only walk your way up. You can't wish your way up. I saw this truth early in my life. Proverbs 22:29. Seest thou a man that is diligent in his business? He shall stand before kings. He shall not stand before me men. You can't make the most of any business you won't face. You won't face your business today, you'll be faced out tomorrow. I've defined the business here as an art of exchange of values for the benefit of the parties involved. I've spent my time to create this artwork, right? And you like this artwork, you pay your money to pay for my time and my skill. You have nothing to bring on board, you are not a candidate for profit. Business is an art of exchange of values. A business also implies an activity that one engages in for the purpose of profit making. That's the purpose. A business you don't face tomorrow, today will be faced out tomorrow. Conclusion: resource management. Efficient resource management. Proverbs 18 and verse 9. He also that is slothful in his work is a brother to him that is a great waster. So they share a common heritage. The slothful and the waster, they end up in lack and want. They end up as peasants while others rule. Poor management is the reason for the misfortune of many. Because whatever is not well managed is sure to be damaged. You are going into a world of never enough. A world of self-overestimation, where the house you want to live in is more than your income per annum. Somebody helped you to pay for it, but when the year ends, how do you pay? And you have already settled as a young man that is not married in a 3-bedroom house, doing what? Now it's time to pay, you start going around. May you not find drug that you want to go and sell. The office of this ministry at the beginning was 2 rooms, 100 naira a month. 100 naira a month. I was there on 5 coppers. We work until work can't be worked again. 100 naira a month. But that's not where we are now. Beware of eating up your tomorrow by trying to be somebody else. Poor resource management in most cases, our number one problem as individuals, families, etc., including churches, poor resource management. You don't have to grow big to manage well. You manage well to grow big. I was on 300 naira a month as president and founder of our mission. My wife was on 140 naira a month as executive secretary to the president. We're having a nice time. We never borrowed. We ate at our level. We slept at our level of sleep. But that's not what it is today. The time came, I tried to check how many people work in our place that we pay. It's quite some number. We didn't have that number 3 years in ministry. If one is not a good manager, he will end up a great waster. And he will be sure to end up a beggar, because one can be a waster today and not end up a beggar tomorrow. Chapter 15 of Luke and verse 14 and 15. And when he had spent all, there arose a great famine in that land, and he began to be in want. Now go back to verse 13, verse 14, please. And not many days, and when he had spent, and not many days after, the young son gathered all together and took his journey into a far country, and there wasted his substance with riotous living. Was on a riot against himself. Riotous living. Big guy. Wasted his resources and began to be in want. There was nothing I earned at any time. There was not enough. Because I know what I have, not my taste. What we had was to define our taste, not our taste define what we have. In 1986, we could not rent a house 5,500. No. The budget ceiling is 5,000. Take it away. If you don't want, go and get one that is below 5,000. Let's have change back. But building a house cannot be a testimony for us anymore. That stage is gone. Take it easy. Someone has said you are not a failure until you look for who to blame for it. So stop looking for who to blame. What will your parents have done or your guardians that they have not done by sending you here and keeping you here? They are all waiting outside to carry you now. What a privilege you have. We have blamed everyone enough. I believe it's time we are awake to take responsibility. Destiny is a non-transferable responsibility. You either face it or you are phased out. Your parents can attend classes for you. They can't do projects for you. Those who will not take responsibility today will end as liabilities tomorrow. Conclusion, make the most of this vacation time for our returning students. For those going on NYC, prepare yourself against any defilement as you step out. One of you will come back here sometimes. There's no sign that he went through here. Even was attempt to push a professor down. Big-headed fool. Big-headed. What does he have? Big-headed fool. Nothing from here went to him. Nothing. He had to convocate him. They hadn't even talked to police from here after 4 or 5 years. You better watch it. Some fellows left here, they're in the prison now. So it's not, we are kings and queens. If you do what kings don't do, you go to where kings don't go. Take responsibility. May your parents and guardians rejoice over you forever. May no one here be a concern to any of their parents. I pray that you'll be an example worthy for other siblings to follow. And I pray you will give your parents rest. Because if you want rest tomorrow, give rest today. Nobody lacks what he gives. People only lack what they won't give. So give them rest. Give them joy. And you are investing into your future. I've come here this morning to speak to you as a father. And my prayer is that you make the most of this. I don't want to hear any story of mishap that we just went somewhere and something happened. Now the question is, what were you doing there? What did you go somewhere for that has no purpose? You mean you don't have anything to do? The largest room in the world is room for improvement. So improve on your lot. Spend time with God. Get God along on time. Get God along your path on time. Get God along with you on time. Get God along with you on time. Get God along with you on time. One of you attended a meeting because God has blessed him in his business. And he just came out of the meeting and went berserk. Attack. If you had built up adequately and is building up continually, no. You know how many attacks they launch on me? Night and day. I've eaten up the word to a point that his presence is so real to me. You better get God. We live in a very wicked world. Wicked world. Some are bothered why your parents will have you come here, send you somewhere. No. What happened? The only guaranteed cover is Jesus. The only guaranteed cover is Jesus. So we have youth events going on at this time. Plug in. My friend, if you want to volunteer to serve Jesus, I will take you. Get you on the field. Get you fortified. Return spiritually matured. So instead of wasting your life not knowing what to do, life is so fulfilling, life is so enriching. My old man asked me one time, he said, "What are you doing on this vacation?" I said, I'm going preaching. He said, "Preaching?" I said, "Yes, that's what we eat." And we all ate it before he died. No downtime. You find me teaching primary school, no downtime. Teaching secondary school for 2 months, no downtime. Downtime is a risk. Doing nothing is a risk. You decay. Now to apply, you just decay on your own.